Fearfully Wonderfully Made family. It is Sunday. Reset, restart. Wasn't too much relaxation because, as y'all can see, I'm outside working. It is 6:29 p.m. and I've been outside for about 3.5 hours. I did pretty good within 3.5 hours of work. I am on my way back to the other side. I am across town now, which I took this one because it did have a $24 tip, so it was worth it to me. And plus it's Sunday, so it's not so crowded over here. I don't mind taking things on Sunday across town or downtown because there's usually nobody downtown, okay, unless there's a game or something like that. And absolutely not will I be working on the day of a game. Not gonna happen unless it's in the area that I want to be in, which would be at that point 1 to 3 miles. But this wasn't that bad. It was like 4.6 miles, so it wasn't bad at all, and I didn't miss out on anything. Actually, the only thing about this particular one, it took me a minute to deliver this order, y'all, because this Amazon Center, which is inside of the Whole Foods, they ordered 60 boxes, y'all. 60 boxes. So I'm putting 60 boxes in my car, y'all. Y'all should have seen me putting these 60 boxes in the car. Your girl had to maneuver and everything. But, you know, I know how to pack a car because every so often I do trade shows for my jewelry. So I know how to pack a car. I know how to get stuff in the car, okay? Trust and believe I can get it in the car. It'll take me a minute, but I'm gonna get everything in that car. Trust and believe. At any rate, y'all, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Today is a little bit surreal for me because 1 year ago on Sunday, which was the 12th, my mother passed away. And so tomorrow will be 1 year. But to me, today is the day because she passed away on a Sunday at 9:06 a.m. And so far, you know, I'm okay. Cried a little bit earlier because, you know, I miss my mother terribly with all of my being. And, you know, 1 year later, it's like, man, this is really like surreal. It really is. Had you told me that I would be looking at a year of learning how to live without my mother, I wouldn't have never been able to tell you what that looked like. That year went by so fast, and I really think it was just God's grace and him helping me. And so much has gone on through this whole entire year. I moved into a house. I became a house owner. You know, went from paying rent to now mortgage and paying other bills. And it has been a whirlwind. A whirlwind. And, you know, I don't know about other people, but when I was thinking about my mom, I was thinking about her getting older. I never thought about, oh, I'm going to inherit a house. Because I never looked at her house as my house. You know, there are people that wait till their parents die to get this inheritance, right? I know a couple of people that be like, oh, yeah, you know, when mom dies, you know, dad dies, you know, I'm going to get this inheritance. I never thought about it like that. And, you know, I had a couple of people said, you know, you never thought about inheriting your mom's home. No, I've always thought about buying my own home. And that's literally what I thought was going to happen. But, you know, here's the thing. You make plans, but God is the one ultimately who decides if that plan comes to pass. That's really what has happened. And I know I've always had this dream of paying my mom's house off. Like, I literally thought that my mom would be here when I paid off her house. because I wanted to pay it off for her. I always dreamed, it was always a vision of mine to get enough money to pay my mama's house off, where she could just sit pretty, do whatever she want, you know, didn't have to worry about paying any bills in the house or a mortgage or any of that. And, you know, I didn't get to do that. But prayerfully, I'll get to do it now. Pay it off. You know, and I think that I've always wanted to make sure that my mom enjoyed her retirement. But you know, my mom didn't retire, y'all. She didn't retire. My mom kept working. I'm like, lady, what are you doing? But my mom, she loved to work. She felt like she needed to work. She comes from that baby boomer generation where, like, she's going to work. You know, all that. And my mother's her work ethic was second to none. Like, I can't even compete with that. I'm like, Mama, I'm not doing all that. And she laughing at me like, you better get out there and work. You know, that's my mama. My mama got jokes, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking to see what this order is real quick. 3.3 miles. Oh, no, I'm not doing no big order. After that order, I'm not doing no more orders. That is a 26 item order, and I will not be doing that order. The crazy part about all of it is I do get my work ethic from my mom, but I'm not as hard working as her. That lady, she work on the weekends. She'll go to church. She'll be out there after church working. I'm like, Mama, I got to get my money. My mama was about her money, okay? She was not playing. She was a hustler. And I have talked to you guys before about that, saying, you know, my mom, I have two women in my life that I really look up to. One is my mother and one is my godmother, she's in 3,000 miles away. They are the strongest women I've ever met in my entire life. Period. I've not met another woman that has gone through the tribulations that they have gone through. My God. No. And they gave, you know, my mom gave me hope. My godmother still gives me hope because she's still alive. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, God uses my godmother to hold me together. I'll tell you that much. It's been rough. It's been rough. But I'm working tonight out here doing the things I need to do. And that's what I'm doing. So my mother would tell me, girl, you better get out there and work. She would tell me right now, if she were here, don't be over there crying. Girl, you better get over there and work. You ain't got time for all of that. That's exactly what my mama would be telling me. And I'm like, Mama. My mama didn't take no break, honey. She's like, no. So I choose to honor my mother by working. I choose to honor her by working and putting in the work and doing what I need to do. And y'all, I got bills to pay. At any rate, y'all, I am going to go back to the place I was before. And we're going to see if I'm going to do maybe a couple of more hours. I might stay out here till about 8:30. I want to maximize my day. And it is better than sitting around the house thinking about my mama. Not that I'm not going to think about her, but at least if I'm doing something, I can feel like I'm honoring her, a little bit. All right, y'all. I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm going to get on my hustle and my grind. And I'll check in with you guys maybe tomorrow to tell you how I'm feeling. All right, y'all. Talk to you later.
Don't worry about me. I'ma be alright. Got G.O.D. all over my life. Don't worry where I've been, what I did, how I came up. Every saying was a sinner till they changed. Don't worry about me.